What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. The topic for today is stop learning English like a subject, start learning it like a skill. And that's true. See, the problem is we all have been learning English as a subject since our childhood. I mean, you and me and almost everybody has been learning English since our childhood in our schools, where we studied literature, English literature, where we studied English grammar and everything. And I'm of course talking about those people, who had no English speaking culture in their schools, the people who maybe belonged to Hindi medium or any of your regional language medium like Marathi medium, Odia medium. I don't have much idea about it, but like we here in the north part, we generally have Hindi medium and English medium. So I'm talking about those specifically who are either in the Hindi medium school, Hindi medium class, or they have studied in English medium, but there was no culture of speaking English, right? It was English medium, but no speaking culture was there. So I'm specifically talking about those people, right? And this is the reason, even after studying a lot of grammar and English literature and whatnot, we are still not able to speak the language, right? And we all know that in our school time, we were not able to speak this language. And when we moved out of the school and we went to the college also, then also, we had no command of the language. And even when we went for some job interview and everything, and it felt so alienating. It felt like, okay, I just have to give interview in English. Okay, I have to introduce myself in English. They will ask questions in English. I will have to answer those questions in English. And we were almost blank because we had no practice, no confidence in speaking English. So this is why, the title is quite apt for this problem, that we will have to stop learning this English language as a subject. We know a lot of grammar already. We know way more grammar than most of the fluent speakers have ever known so far. Yes, that's a reality. Whoever speaks fluent English, including the native speakers, they don't, majority of them, they don't know even the G of grammar. They don't have any hold of grammar, but still they speak this language fluently. Still they are very confident. They can speak about any damn thing with whomsoever they want, wherever they want, and whenever they want, and for whatever length or whatever duration they want. Why? Because they have been speaking this language. They have been surrounded with this language. They have been continuously practicing speaking this language unknowingly. I'm not saying it's a deliberate practice or something. Whoever has any language as their first language, they don't do any deliberate practice. It just happens to them, right? So why they are able to speak even after not knowing any grammar, even after not focusing on any vocabulary or any damn thing? They are able to do so just because they have unknowingly been practicing since their childhood. They have been speaking the language. And here we are, we know a lot of grammar already. We know a lot of words. Our vocabulary is also not that bad. Because see, let me tell you about vocabulary also. There was a study, I don't know whether it was a study or survey, I don't know what, but the conclusions are that in order to speak English language up to conversational level, you hardly need 800 to 1000 words. And 800 to 1000 words is the amount of words that most of the people who can't speak even English fluently, who can't even speak conversational English, they already have, these many words in their brain, in their head. But still they're not able to speak the language just because they have not practiced speaking the language. It's already there in in their head. You guys are already having a lot of English in your head, but still you guys are not able to speak just because you have not practiced speaking. You might be knowing swimming, you might have read a lot of books, you might have taken a lot of courses or anything, but you can't become a swimmer till the time you don't start swimming, you don't practice swimming in the real water, in the actual water, right? You'll have to jump in the water, and then only you can practice speaking. You might pass certain tests and examinations and assessments related to swimming, but still you may drown as soon as you jump into the water. Why? Just because of one reason: because you have not practiced swimming practically, right? So this is why we just have to stop treating English language as a subject. We have already, you know we have already taken this English as a subject for a very long time, but as far as speaking is concerned, we got nothing. So now it's the time that you start taking it as a skill, as a language. English is a language at the end of the day, and initially also it was a language, right? And the language, the purpose of a language is communication. A language used for nothing but communication. It's a mode, it's a tool of communication. We use a language so that we can communicate, so that we can, tell somebody what we want to say, or somebody can tell us what they want to say, right? So that we can connect each other, we can understand each other. That's what the main motive of a language is. What is the use if you know a lot of grammar but still you are not able to speak the language, and you are not able to the other you are not able to make the other person understand what you want to say, and you are not able to understand the other person? Where is the communication then? If you both are not able to understand each other, where is communication, where is conversation? It can't happen. You might be knowing a lot of grammar, but still you're not able to speak the language. Stop treating English as a subject. We have already done this for a very long time in our school, in our college. Start considering this English as language, as a skill. You can't become a speaker till the time you don't start speaking this language. In order to become a speaker, you will have to practice speaking, not reading, not writing, not listening. Listening is the most important thing, but again, listening will give you the input of the language. Listening will put the language into your head, but you also need to take that language out of your mouth, because then only it will be a practice for your mouth. Then only you'll be able to speak the language. I hope you're getting my point, what I'm saying. Input is very important, and input in the form of listening only. Reading, I'm not denying reading completely, but reading is always an add-on. It's always a supplementary thing, it's always a bonus. You cannot become a speaker of a language just by reading a language and you have never listened to that language. If you have never listened to a language and you're just reading that language, you cannot become a speaker, because you don't even know how to pronounce that word, how to say a particular phrase or a sentence, in which mood I have to use a particular sentence or phrase, and what is the context and everything. We acquire a language majorly by listening only. And initially also, reading is a very recent concept, it is maybe a few centuries old only. But languages have been spoken since thousands, and I don't know maybe how many years, many thousands years. People have been speaking languages, right? When writing or reading was not even a concept. You can read only when something is written. If something is not even written, how can you read that, right? So when writing and reading were not even the concepts, still people were speaking languages, right? They created their own languages, they started speaking it, they started making sense of each other. And that's how the new people, when new people came into existence, they also listened to the existing people, and they also acquired the language, and they also eventually started speaking those languages. English is also a language only, right? Japanese, Korean, German, Mandarin, Hindi, Punjabi, Odia, and many other, Polish, Spanish, whatever. All these are languages only, and we have created a hype out of English, that English is something very huge, or God knows what. It's not. It's just that our approach to learn this language has not been that good, has not been appropriate, I would say, right? So we just have to dwell ourselves into this language as much as possible. And well, if somebody asks me that, okay, just tell me in one line what should be my approach in order to become an English speaker, I'll tell that person just one thing, one line: listen to as much as English possible on a daily basis, and then speak as well for at least 2 to 3 minutes on a daily basis if you're an absolute beginner. That's it. Do it every single day, consistently, every single day. It shouldn't be like, oh, the person has said I should listen to the language for at least 15-20 minutes on a daily basis, and I should speak for around 2 to 3 minutes on a daily basis. So what I will do is I will watch an entire movie today, and I'll speak for 2 hours today, and then for the next 10 days he did nothing. That's not how things are gonna work for anybody or for that person, because the person is thinking, I will give a lot in just 1 day or 2 days only, and then I will take a very long break. No. Even if you're doing Very less practice, but it should be done daily. It should be consistent. If you're not consistent, things are not going to work for you. And it's not just with the language, but with every damn thing. You just have to be consistent. Even if you're practicing for a bit lesser time, even if you're, let's say, consuming or watching English content for 10 minutes and you're speaking for just a minute or two, I'm okay with that. But it must be done on a daily basis. It shouldn't be like you watched an entire movie today of, let's say, 2 hours or 3 hours, and you spoke for 1 hour or 2 hours today, and then you did nothing for the next 10 days or 20 days or a month. And you are in a delusion that, oh, but I did a lot of practice. I did the entire collective practice in just one day only, so I can take a break. No, that's not how our brain learns things. It needs repetitions. It needs consistency, consistent repetitions. So once we start giving consistent repetitions of something to our brain grasps that thing very well, and it becomes used to it. And then only the confidence increases. I always mention this thing that confidence comes with repetition. If you have already done something multiple times, you are confident at that thing. And if you have to do that same thing one more time, your brain will be like, oh, I've already done this many times earlier. It's a cakewalk for me, I can easily do it. But if you haven't done anything earlier, your command on that particular thing is nowhere to be seen, or very negligible sort of command, and you have to do that same thing, your brain will be in panic. Your brain will be very hesitant, less confident. It will be like, oh my god, how should I do this? What will happen now? It will go into that anxiety mode. What will happen? Just because it has not gone through the repetitions, just because it has not practiced enough. Number of repetitions with consistency brings confidence. And with confidence, you guys can do any damn thing. I can do any damn thing with confidence. Confidence is a huge thing. Confidence for a person is probably the biggest thing, maybe. Right? If you are confident, you can do any damn thing. If you're not confident, you can't do even the smallest of the things, maybe. Right? Create an environment of English around you. Listen to English as much as possible on a daily basis. Listen, I'm not saying reading. Reading is always an add on. If you have to choose one thing out of these two, I can easily say choose listening, period. And if you have to do both of these things, absolutely fine. But you must always do listening prior to reading. Reading should be focused way more than reading. Right? I'm not denying reading. Again, reading enhances your language, your vocabulary, and your understanding. Your overall, what do you call it, overall growth of English language. It depends on reading also. But if you want to have the strongest of the foundations, and if you want to become a speaker of this language, so that you can confidently speak whenever you want, with whomsoever you want, wherever you want, even if you don't do reading, you can get that confidence with speaking, I'm sorry, with listening, and eventually speaking. You just have to listen to English on a daily basis, on a daily basis, on a daily basis, daily, 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 daily. Trust me. And I'm not saying this just because I've read this thing from somewhere, or I've listened to this thing from somewhere. I'm connecting my own experience as well. My English was zero, zero. I couldn't frame even a single sentence. But when I realized the importance of listening and speaking, when I connected both of these things, that's where I started to notice the difference. That too in a matter of few days or couple of weeks only. Understand this thing. If you want to become a good speaker, or even if you want to become just a speaker who can do conversations confidently, you have to start listening and speaking from today. That's it. I hope this makes sense. Stop treating it as a subject. Stop treating English as a subject. If you're learning grammar and everything, again, I'm not denying, I'm not stopping you to learn grammar, I'm not stopping you to learn tenses or anything. It's good. Again, it's an enhancement. It will provide enhancement to your language. It will provide some good finishing, and it will enhance your language skills, the command, or of you on this language. Definitely, I'm not denying that fact. But polishing can be done to something which already exists. If your English speaking ability doesn't even exist anywhere, what will you polish? That's what I'm saying. Listen daily and speak daily. Do it for a few days and you will start to notice your confidence increases in a matter of couple of weeks only. Trust me on this. Trust me. Again, this is coming directly from my own experience also. Science backs this up. The language experts also suggest the same thing, and I am also connecting my personal experience as well. Right. So, combining all these things, the conclusion becomes this only. The conclusion comes out to be this only, that listen to the language as much as you can and then speak the language as much as you can. Minimum can be at least 10 to 15 minutes of daily listening, and at least 2 to 4 minutes of daily speaking. If you're an absolute beginner, if you have never tried speaking this language, but if you already have some sort of understanding of speaking this language, but you are very hesitant or something, I think you should go directly for at least 5 minutes of speaking practice on a daily basis, and you can consume even 15 minutes or 20 minutes of quality English content. Listen listen to that English content and speak for at least 5 minutes, 6 minutes. And of course, the more you will speak, the better it will become. But this 5 to 6 minutes is something that I'm saying at least. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope this video was beneficial for you. And if you really follow these steps, you will definitely start speaking this language. People, humans only speak this language. It's not that aliens are speaking, or it's not that the people who are able to speak have got something extra or have got something supernatural in them. No, it's not that. It's not at all that. Right? It's just that they have been in the environment of this language, and they have been continuously speaking and listening to this language. This is the only reason why they are more comfortable than most of the people who can't speak this language. Right? If you guys want to have one-on-one practice, if you guys feel that one-on-one practice is also very important, I must have someone, a real person, whom I can speak with or whom I can practice with. uh, Here is me. I invite you, I welcome you. I have shared the links in the description, in the pinned comment, so you can check out the link. You guys can connect with me. I will definitely love to have conversation with you. And if you guys have anything to share, anything you want to suggest, or any complaint, or anything that you want to say, you can leave that down in the comments, and I'll appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for giving a valuable time, and I really hope you start working on what I've suggested, and more or less I suggest the same thing in all my videos only. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.